Okay, so first of all, I took my wheels off, just took my lug nuts off, and then I got my, what are they called, the little pins, and the hexes are in the back of the wheels right there. And then knock off, oops, right there. Balloon tires, huh? My welding tanks empties. We had a commotion earlier. Okay, so you want to put those in a good little spot. Bam. Go from there. See what's next. Wham bam. What's up, fam? I don't know. This is what I'm gonna do though. Here you go. So that should let that go down, right? No servo on the way. Nice. To take this guy off right here, I believe. Okay, so I took off 4 screws, and then I took off these other 2 that were holding the wires down to the servos. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect those, most likely from here. Channel 6, and I remember I could switch them around like Jeffrey said, but yeah, channel 6, I'm gonna go ahead and mark that one, 6. This will be 5, let me get a paper and all that. Oops, I better be talking loud enough, right? So I could be heard. All right, so a little bit of tape, has a big fat 6 on it. Okay, there. This one here can be removed, and we know that's 5. We're gonna put this guy out right now. Back here. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna take this off, disconnect this, take this off, put that up here in my little toolbox over here, or what is it? And then, yeah. Okay, so here, I disconnected, or I took off all the wire tie downs. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a triangle in the middle. So this one goes to this steering servo, channel 1 to turn, 2 to burn. 2 to burn, right? So that's going to the Hex Fly 1040 by Hobby Wing. And then, so that's going underneath the arm, okay. And then the gold servo is right here, which is channel 3, hopping. All right. So right now I'm looking at it, and it looks like if I take this arm off here, that goes to the gold servo, that will free that up. If I pop this ball off, we'll free this servo up, and it has 1 screw here and 1 screw here. That should let this come up one screw here and one screw here. That should let this come up. And that will be my servos. Then I'm looking at the casing. There's 2 screws on each side of the top part of this case, on top of the transmission. So I'm gonna take those 2 screws off and take a peek in there, or take these off and then flip it over and see what we got underneath. Upon closer inspection, I wonder if this just slides off or what, or is it glued on or what. Anyways, but I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, so yeah, I took off the 2 servos. You guys saw that? Bam, bam. Got my wires out of the way. I'm gonna end up ungluing this. Ungluing the ESC, what is that? Receiver and the ESC and the power plug. Or what? Maybe I don't need to remove it. Maybe for what I'm gonna do. Okay, so it looks like I got 2 screws in the front for the motor that will let me slide up. I don't know how to take off this. Am I gonna have to glue it back when I do that again? All right, but as of right now, this is clear. If I flip that, I gotta hold on to the axle. If I do this right now, this little arm right here is gonna be in the way when this goes to come up. What else? I gotta undo the links probably on the underneath and just take this one off so it can move over. Take this off right here. The steering servo arm. I gotta quit picking that up. Okay. Okay, so I got I ended up having to take off the ESC and on-off switch. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the 4 screws underneath here. Oh, what else did I do? Oh, I took off 1 screw on this side was for the link, and this was another link. I didn't pay attention to which one was the upper link and the lower link. Oh well, I'll figure it out. All right. Yeah, so. Oh, they're 2 different styles. Okay, I'll figure it out. Okay, so take the 4 screws. Bam, this should come up. Took out the screw on each side for the links. My shocks were hanging. As soon as I was able to pull those 2 links out, pop these 2 out of here. And then the drive shaft separator, when I pulled it away from pulled it up and away, took my drive shaft, and I put those right here in my little toolbox. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the exhaust, and then I'll take off the trunk pan, and then I'll take off this motor mount, transmission mount, motor mount, and then that way I'll go from there, see what happens. That was cool. Bam, got the exhaust out, got the motor out. I'm about to tack some stuff up. Let me see. What did I have over here? I said wire tie downs, wire tie downs, one single long screw. Where did it go to? And then I got, okay, that's funny. One little single long screw that I first did, so I just have to go back and watch the video. And then so I'm gonna label this off real quick. I figured out what that single long screw was. It goes right here for the front hopping link. Bam. Okay. And then the next one was my motor casing, but I went ahead and put my motor casing back on the motor. And then the next ones were so there's the, let's see, I figured out all my screws, I labeled them. And then I placed my other stuff over here. Let's see, I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna take this off. I think that move that arm out of the way. And I think, and then once I flip it over, oh, the screws are on this side. Okay, so bam, 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 all the way down. And these two little ones in the front, looks like. All right. So I got a little problem. I got a little stripped one. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to take. So I was able to get that screw out that was stripped with the little screw gun. I went forward and then I went reverse. But I did all that so that I could paint my chassis and try to match it to the body of the 1964 Impala. So I did a couple coats. For sure I did the primer, and then I did some wet sand, and I did a little bit more primer, and then I did some more wet sand, and then I did another primer, and then I finished it with the wet sand, and then I got to spraying. I shook the can in between every couple sprays, and then sometimes I got trigger happy and I just kept spraying a little bit more. I was trying to remember where the what was going to be more exposed after the rails were in, and then after everything was back in. So I know the wheel wells for sure were going to be showing, probably show the most, and then the front lip, and then the rear lip. It's going to look pretty cool, I hope. And then I'm going to seal it with some clear. Testers. There's a couple coats, and then I think that